Anyways, we're here. This has been requested. This is the Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah.
This is the gameplay reveal. It's the second one. I hope. Cause I watched like one from.
When is this supposed to come out? Didn't they push the day back?
That's supposed to come out this year. This is supposed to be out this year.
It's supposed to be.
Get it?
When is it coming out?
It's supposed to come out like October, November.
Okay.
Last I checked, I mean, pushbacks do be happening though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, freaking Kingdom Hearts got pushed back to.
Duh.
Of course.
Duh.
And
when that time comes,
all year, it's been the end of the year.
No, when that time comes, we're pushing back
Let's
again.
push it back a month versus the end of December, end of the year. Now it's January 29th.
Now we need January.
I'm like,
now we need March.
We've been waiting for like 10
now
plus
we
years.
need
What's another month?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Another month comes like, what's another year?
Now we need
What's
Cyberpunk
another
2077.
PS6. Teleport your Uzi at PS9.
Everyone who played it in school is gonna
Their
be playing
kids gonna be
it.
in high school by the time 3 come out.
They're gonna be playing in a retirement home.
No F that I've been waiting for this my whole life. Who is that? What does he do again? Why does that boy have silver highlights?
That is what's going down
He
for
looks
that.
like a girl.
And we don't be tripping. Y'all know what's up. Anyway, let's get into this Red Dead Redemption trailer.
Been waiting long enough.
And here we go.
It just stopped.
They'll probably hang you, buddy.
How? I'm gone.
You coming, buddy?
In the late 1800s, America was evolving, on its way to becoming the most powerful country in the world. New immigrants arrived, thriving outposts became towns, and civilization was spreading rapidly into the huge, wild, and lawless frontier. With Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games aims to create a living world that's not
Look
simply
at that, bro.
but deeper.
Appalachian
More
Mountains?
interactive and
I
detailed
don't
than
know about
ever.
that. You live here. Woo, okay.
Combining action,
Seamless.
Yep.
What you would expect.
storytelling,
We need to get those people warm.
There's a snake on the horse too.
gameplay in
What?
new ways. As you live,
Dead
ride,
eye.
and fight to survive
Yes,
as an
sir.
outlaw in a notorious gang.
As long as we get
In
paid
the
or
day,
you get shot, I'm happy.
throw up your set, cowboys. Shut up! Cowboys are a staple in America.
The game is an attempt to capture
No, they're a
this pivotal
bunch.
moment when the
They're not a
age of
gang.
outlaws was ending and the modern world was born. There is a huge world to explore, set across a range of America's heartland and frontier. From harsh mountain trails and dense forests to untamed swamplands and sweeping deserts, rugged livestock towns to modernizing cities and much more. All populated
Bro.
with a diverse
One
cast of
casino.
characters from turn-of-the-century life.
Now shoo, please. I'm waiting for someone interesting to turn.
Is this interesting enough?
You play as Arthur Morgan, a trusted senior gun in the Vanderling gang, a band of outlaws and outcasts on the run from the pressures of civilized life.
We're gonna borrow a little money from old Uncle Sam and be out of his hair once and for all.
I thought it was crossing the
Each
river,
time they're
Oregon
forced
Trail.
to flee an
You
area,
died.
the gang sets up a camp as a base.
Nobody could ever
This
cross
is
the
where
river.
gang members eat,
You died
sleep,
of dysentery.
perform chores, play games, and share stories.
Anyway, I got caught by some hill country sheriff stealing a chicken, I think it was. And he decided I was gonna be hanged for it.
These are the people Arthur calls family, and you will get to know each gang member over the course of the game.
That's tough.
So,
Yep.
you save the silly bastard's life, and you and him go robbing sheep.
Helping the camp with food and supplies will keep morale high,
I like what
while
you're
spending
saying,
time
man,
with
but-
other gang members can reveal new secrets,
Do I hit this now?
fun things to do, and opportunities for mischief.
How about you and me go and redistribute some property?
In and out of camp, the world is alive and responds to the player.
Well, ain't this a rare treat?
And your guns aren't the only way to interact with the environment. Call out to a passing rider.
That's a nice horse.
Talk yourself into trouble with a local tough guy.
Clear out.
Or out of trouble with a town sheriff. Or intimidate a witness into silence. And more.
Keep your mouth
I
shut.
was gonna run across.
You're dead.
That's right.
You don't want to involve yourself with this.
Confrontations can be escalated or diffused.
Take it easy. Do what you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
You did it.
Or make enemies as you choose.
You killed my cousin, you sick son of a bitch!
Your actions have consequences, and it's up to you to decide just how honorable Arthur is.
Should I have killed you, Jimmy Brooks?
Shooting and fighting have both been radically improved to make combat deep and engaging at all times. Each weapon has unique characteristics, with realistic reload and recoil that always keeps the player grounded and connected to the action in a gunfight.
Well,
In a similar
No,
way,
we're behind.
bond with your
about to be
horse is
calling in a
crucial
little
and
bit.
changes based
I
on
never
your
took a
treatment
sick
of
day,
the
but I'm
animal.
about to.
Some breeds are better suited for certain tasks.
Don't feel good.
For a decent workhorse like this for a
It's 8
while.
degrees outside. What do you not feel
Saddlebags
good
can
of?
store extra weapons,
You got summer
along
fever?
with supplies and animal carcasses that you pick up while out roaming or hunting. Over time, the bond between you and your horse will grow,
Otto.
making them easier to control in
Otto.
tense situations.
Yeah, he's a great horse. Aside from when the devils got him.
A rich
You gotta
and
break
varied
them
ecosystem
horses.
thrives in the world, full of
Like in
predators,
Zelda.
prey, and scavengers, all smart and sometimes deadly.
You want to come with me? I'll show you how we hunt one.
Hunting helps the camp or earns you money. Wound an animal and you'll have to track them down. Animal pelts and other items you find can be traded for cash to use at general stores, gunsmiths, saloons, and elsewhere.
This is
Slap
God's
people
own
with
country. And I
Dead Wolf.
feel I'm in purgatory.
This is a world that is rich in depth and detail,
I like that one.
all designed to be explored on horseback
He was
or on
drifting.
foot. As you live the fateful journey of a gang of outlaws
That's-
on the run across America.
Online with like all
In
players.
the next gameplay video, we'll look at missions, activities, enemy gangs, robberies, other things to do, and much more, including the evolution of sharpshooting using the Deadeye system.
Oh wow.
That's the real Deadeye system.
Yeah. Come on. Now watch this. Eat this.
That is the real Deadeye system. All right, we're gonna take it back for a little bit to Red Dead Revolver.
Wow.
Red Dead Revolver was a iconic, revolutionary game that probably most of y'all never played because it was not, it wasn't advertised as a big game.
That's what I said. It wasn't pushed like at all like the huge games were. The big
Plus,
franchises.
It's also because it's Capcom at that time. So that's the reason why. Yeah, that mug says Capcom right at the bottom. They were part of it. Me and my homies back home played the mess out of that game. 4-player mode. We took turns on the storyline to the classic quick draw mode in that game. And let me tell you something. You know how Mario Kart has the infamous the blue turtle shell in friendships associated with it? Or this draw 4 ends friendships in Uno? The quick draw mode, you had no friends. Almost guaranteed, if you won the first round and the second round, you was getting jumped on the last round.
Gee.
Because you're in front of everybody, and they have you paired off with a person, right?
Yeah.
But a quick hit of the button, you can switch who you're looking at. So if you won 2 rounds, they 3 rounds. So if you won 2 rounds, you best believe you finna lose these next 2 rounds. Because everybody gonna be like,
Leave me alone.
you getting jumped by somebody. There is no honor when you are at the top. Just like Smash Brothers.
Oh, of
If
course.
everyone got 2 lives and you got 4, you're getting jumped.
Oh, you still be getting jumped.
Even if it's a free for all, does not matter.
Free for all.
Terms and conditions
especially if
apply.
you're like playing like 4 or 5 stock, you down to 2, and somebody got like 4. You're like, oh no, so I've been paying attention to the wrong person.
Yep,
Get him.
you're getting jumped.
Okay, now back to what we're doing.
The characteristics of
But by then they mad.
Yeah. The characteristics of the Deadeye system in that game and Red Dead Revolver were more unique because you played multiple characters. So you had the guy who had the Deadeye system, but then you had the other guy who didn't use a Deadeye system. He was a trick shooter. Yeah, I remember he was like the gentleman type gunslinger, and he had double guns. That's like one of the only games that you enjoy the load screens because they're doing the gun tricks and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're doing all the gun tricks and stuff during the load screen. So you like, I ain't even mad. Normally you used to hate load screens.
You just see a bar like. And the load bars used to be on PlayStation. The bar was like in the corner. Everything on PS4, the bar's the size of the screen. Like, and the bigger your TV, the longer it seems. Like, I mean,
The more you're doing this,
yeah, like, yeah, you gotta watch it travel. They're watching snail races, no turbo. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm dead.
I'm just saying that Red Dead has constantly been getting better, which puts a lot of games to shame who share the same names as their previous games. They don't get better. They get very repetitious or very linear or very expensive, aka loot boxes and downloadable content. But Red Dead gets better.
It's better with time.
I remember playing 4-player mode of Revolver, bro, and like I would pick the only black dude that was like in the game. And it's not because he was the black guy, but it's because his special move was he had explosive shots. So I'm in a game where it's based around only like 4 people,
Yeah.
you know, free for all. I'm taking out multiple of people. If I see 2 people in a gunfight, explosive shot. 2 for the price of 1. It just keeps getting better. I'm excited to play this game. Like, I was excited to play Witcher 3. I was excited because I know the game is going to be what they promise you. It's not going to be a No Man's Sky. And then a year and a half later, they give you the real No Man's Sky. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of
It's
those.
like No Man's Sky, year and a half later, One Man's Sky.
It's that's exactly what it was.
I mean,
That's exactly
work
what
your
it
way
was.
towards this, you just have to be patient.
That is exactly what it was, bro. They like with The Witcher. The Witcher had downloadable content, but I don't mind buying it or playing it or even waiting to buy it because the game feels complete as is.
Yeah. I
Oh,
like when
that's just
DLC
extras.
is extra or add-ons or to like expand what's there, not to like
Give you the rest.
complete it.
Yeah,
I
not to
don't
give you
wanna-
the rest of the
don't be
game.
handing me. I want to be spoon-fed a game I already paid full price for. Because I'm paying more. Essentially, if it's not complete, then it's not really $60. You're paying $60 for an incomplete game, and then they're like, giving you freaking Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs for the rest of it. Like, give me the whole loaf. I don't want crumbs. I'm gonna still be hungry if I eat one crumb at a time.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. I just.
Man. Y'all probably seen Phil's expressions of he's ready for this game. That was no question with that.
Oh yeah, when I found out about Revolver, I unintentionally devoted like a week straight, like only stopping to nap a few hours every day and eat a little bit. Like I literally, like freaking me and my cousin, like devoted, like a solid chunk, like the majority of a week to playing this game. We was online, and we did literally everything. This is one of the first. This was the first fully open world online game that I played. That you could literally do anything. Like we would interrupt other people's missions online, or sometimes if it was something we needed to do anyway, we would help them.
Yeah,
we would get the credit for it. Like they would, but we liked to turn the tide in gunfights. Like that was what we did. We would ride around and either like go between towns and shoot up wolves because they would always come and try to attack us.
Yeah.
Or if there was a gunfight between two separate groups, we would look, kind of observe, like, you know, jump off the horse and creep up and like, who should we help? Let's help them. Actually, we wouldn't even go to their side. We would flank the other person. Like, hey.
Yeah.
Wait.
Online brought out the trolling people. Cause I remember being online and people like, hey man, come play with us. And next thing I know, I'm getting shot by the people who invited me to come play with them. I'm just like, what is the real point of this?
What does he have?
Like they have a real multiplayer mode if you just want to go against other people. Me, it was about doing missions together, and at times, if people were being a-holes and messing stuff up for you, going and killing them. That was it. That was
fun. Like you could actually get some satisfaction if somebody purposely messed up the mission. You could kill them.
Yep.
And it would take them like the rest of the day to find you if they ever did.
That is
we was always moving.
Definitely.
Like, that game was so huge. We were going from town to town just to see how far we could travel. And if there was something going on, if there was an event going on in town, or like somebody was doing something, or something, we just randomly shoot people.
I mean, this one like is going to be a little bit. The landscaping is going to be more filled with activity than the first Redemption, because that one was kind of empty. I mean, you would be riding around and no one would come at you. I mean, we were playing single player mode, especially. No one would mess with you except for like a random cougar or some random wolves. Wow. That was it, and you just red dead them down and keep on doing what you're doing. But this is like it's going to be a lot more immersive and a lot more engaging. Like how he was just walking past that guy on the cliff. You know what I'm saying? If that's random stuff that you would have to deal with and not like part of an actual mission, that's going to be tight because you can just be like, help me please, blah, blah, blah. All right,
I need two separate saves because
why are you here?
The first one, I'm not going to help you. I'm going to just step on you. I'm going to see if I can either step on your feet, your fingers, or I'm just shoot your fingers off. Like the first one, you always, same with Infamous, you always play the dark side first because you're like, this is way more fun. Or you wait, and if you do play the dark side, you play the good side first, and then you enjoy the dark side. What was that? No, the one on the computer. Was it Knights of the Republic? Yeah, where you could choose a side. Like, that game was, I watched it played. I watched it being played, and that was the most fun I've ever had. Just watching it. I'm sitting there giving...
It lets you know what's inside of Phil.
It's
he
a
wants
game.
to be the dark side.
So, you follow all the rules in Grand Theft Auto. You don't speed. You don't kill anybody that doesn't need to be. You don't kill anybody at all because I mean that's illegal. You don't kill anybody in Grand Theft Auto.
Here's the thing.
You don't fight old ladies. He does. It took that long. If you gotta explain a yes or no.
No.
Really?
No. I'm gonna be real with you. when I play games where choices are made, where I have choices, I always try to avoid the citizens when driving through the city. Unless you are one of those citizens that does the dumb thing, which is in their programming sometimes. Everyone else is on the sidewalk. For some strange reason, you're in the street.
Or they do it wrong and like dive into the street. Ah!
Yeah, that's
Go
exactly.
straight up.
I've had many of those type of kills, but I don't drive on the sidewalk intentionally just mowing people down.
I do.
See? Now, in the choices of when it comes to like making choices in the game, I am a realist. I am a realist down to the heart to even the way I play my video games. It's part of my OCD basically. Okay? Y'all seen that OCD? My realism is an OCD as well. So
I almost want to like tilt the camera just so we can see him. Like right when you said it.
I'm not putting it in
No, we
because
gonna look
if I do that, I will watch my own videos just to stare at that and be angry at it. So that's
I
the
mean, but you can
reason
see
why
it,
that's
though.
not. No, I don't see it. I'm
I'm
looking.
gonna mention it in the comments. Then. I'm
So
gonna wait for you to drop this because I got the bell. I
my
clicked the bell.
yeah. Remember, click that bell.
He didn't even tell me to, and I did it.
Remember, click that bell.
Click the
Anyways,
bell. Subscribe.
my realism is down inside of how I even play my games. Basically, if you are an evil bastard in a video game, and just because I may align with you for a little bit for a short time gain in a video game, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna kill you right there on the spot because you're evil bastard. Now, if you're someone who had to make a hard choice, then I'm gonna be like, would I've done the same thing? Would I've killed that person who killed my family? Probably. So I'll let you go. You know what I'm saying? I do that. I know it's uncanny to the gaming community and that seems weird, but that's how I play my video games. My realism seeps through the controller into the game. This is how we played Knights of the Old Republic because we wanted both endings. My homeboy had his game file and he played the dark side. He wanted to be like Phil. I did all the good choices. And he would be sitting back there laughing when I'm playing mine, like, bro, I just killed him and I got this many credits and blah, 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 blah. And that dude ain't gonna come back and kill me and try to fight me later or jump me. Like, he was dying. But when I stood there at the end and was being celebrated as a hero, my face wasn't all cracked up because the dark side was be messing up your face and all that.
Automatically, too.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You made 2 bad decisions and you got back to me. Wait a minute. You lost sleep over that? You lied to somebody and you lost sleep
My
over
eyes
that?
was white, peer. I'm up there shaking there. Yeah,
Glowing
I'm
blue?
glowing.
And you walk around
I
with
look
glow?
like God mode Ryu in that mug. Everything was pure white. He's sitting there. Of course, they had the little evil music, and then he's over there, and his face looks all like been split open and cut up and
Eyes red,
rocked
bloodshot,
and all this other type of stuff.
dark
And
rings around, dark circles under your eyes and rings over your eyes. Like you got punched 16 times.
he was like, "You see that? I'm a conqueror." I said, "Bro, you were ugly as hell."
Like, you can't conquer no females with it. Your lineage will die with you.
My glow is going to attract.
Like, what's that? Like mouse to the flame.
So
What's that?
I really do that.
In my defense.
There's never a defense.
In my defense. If you want to call knowing the good side story all the way to the end OCD, I have to know both sides. I will play the game twice, at least twice, if there's 2 different endings. I will make all the right decisions, do the good side, and then I'll have fun.
Well, I'm gonna be completely real with you. I just go watch the bad sides on YouTube.
I don't know. I gotta live it. Because with me, it's the story progression. Well, I mean, it's like that for both sides.
Is that evil?
Wow. Like,
see.
I can hear you.
Why you looking at me?
I'm choosing
I'm
you.
talking to the man in the mirror. Oh yeah. I'm asking him to change his ways. And yes, he's evil
Wow.
and he's killing everybody.
If you want to make the world a better place, take the evil people and shoot them in the face. Woo!
Oh man.
And show him in a montage just like killing all the woo! Woo! Make that change. Woo.
Normally this is the type of stuff I leave off of the channel, but I really don't care anymore, so it's going to be here.
Even if it's a blooper, it's staying.
It's going to be here. Anyways.
So, real quick, it's just, with me, I have to watch the progression because it's almost like coming in the middle of the story or watching all but like the last 15 minutes of a movie. Like, even if I can predict how it ends, I still want to see it. Like, yeah, you can probably watch the ending and not have to go through all the trouble. If the only thing you want to go through is the good, and it's pretty much, you know, if it seems like the same thing, but just bad decisions to do the whole game over again. But you know,
well, you gotta look at it like this. This game will make that harder, since it's going to be just like the very little things will add up. But you gotta remember, most of the games back then, most of your decision making was based off cutscenes. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
So you can just go back and watch the cutscenes to see what the outcome would be that way. So
that, and it was all the things that affected your morality meter were all like pivotal points.
exactly.
It wasn't like, well, with Knights of the Old Republic, like it was every little thing you did, like added like a notch, like 1 point, you know, out of 100.
And it's like that almost in every game. Like,
Yeah.
I played Watch Dogs, like the first one, the right way. I was the good vigilante. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I slipped up and probably hit the wrong button sometimes and pulled my gun out in the middle
Oh,
of.
you can do it. I only beat it with the good side. Because really, to me, like, the determining factor was your very last decision.
Well, it wasn't that. It had little things in there. Like, if you're.
No, well, I mean, what I'm saying is, even if you make good decisions for the whole game, to get the bad ending at the very last decision would give you the bad ending.
True that. I mean, they did do that too, because I mean that just makes you keep you from going back and playing it all over again.
Yeah.
The bad and good stuff only came in on certain parts. Like if you walked into a gun shop or to a shop period,
Robert, yeah.
or if you went in there and then they're talking about the vigilante on the news while you're in there, and people start looking at you. If you were a good vigilante, they would pay you no mind. You know what I'm saying? If you're a bad vigilante, they might pull a gun on you or call the cops.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was those type of things, stuff like that. And yeah, you know, everybody messes up. Like sometimes I'm like hit the wrong button and I actually like pull my gun out in the middle of like the shop.
Oh no!
And everyone freaks out and I like put it right back up.
Gun.
Bad decision, you know.
That, or if you're when you pull your phone out and it's by something that it like explodes instead of like trying to like stop somebody or like deter them, you sit there and blow them up. It's like bad decision minus 1
Yeah, it's yeah, many of those things definitely have happened on Watch Dogs.
You see, it's just
Like I have super like accidentally like driving activated like the little roadblocks or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
and like cars like like I did not mean to do that. I was really
My
just
bad.
trying to mess
Like,
with that light.
realistically, like it should just be just people getting ejected. Like,
As you can see, we play many of games like
you want
this.
that off, right?
Yeah, like we play many games like this. I'm definitely excited to play this. And we're just bringing you our banter along with it. But I am Nixon. Phil.
Peace.
We out.